I just want to show you the progress that I'm making with my diorama and recreating the Enterprise in a smaller scale to accommodate the base kit. What I ended up doing was actually, for the main part of the hull, is basically using some wooden dowels as a backing. Let me turn this around, and you can see since it was like an angle, I just want I cut up 6 dowels to the proper length and basically hot glued them to the styrofoam, and then I actually bought some Revell monogram balsa project bag from Michaels. It's basically it's got an assortment of different sizes and shapes for your hobby needs. So that's basically what I'm doing to actually form the underside of the hull with. And like I said, I get my little triangle here, and so I can get the right angle all the way down the line. Make sure everything is smooth and level. I went ahead, I actually got these off of one of the frames that I had. It's cardboard, but it's in triangular shape, and I thought that was a good template for the front of the ship as far as getting the right angle and cutting the size. So like I said, I basically use that for a template to hone down the front part of the ship, as you can probably see right there. A little more tweaking. So I pretty much taped it all up and let it set for a couple hours. Make sure the hot glue is cured and set in place. So basically this is where we're at this stage. I like to use, just debating whether or not to use some good old-fashioned drywall mud to kind of fill in the gaps first before I apply the plaster cloth. But like I say, it's a first for me, so I'm kind of experimenting as I go along. And but like I said, this is the stage of the game that we're at right now. So okay, and we'll get back with you later. Bye. As you as you can see here, I'm working on the flight deck for the diorama. I decided to, since it's going to be a smaller scale from my other version, I went ahead and went with the some tongue depressors to simulate the wood decking of the Enterprise. The two things that I've picked out were 2 different sizes. The one is to kind of do a perimeter border around the edges of the cutout styrofoam that I made, and came out pretty good. What I did was also drew a center line down the middle for a reference point. I started off with some of this Elmer's carpenter's glue, but as I was doing it, I found out that for some reason or another it was kind of warping out the tongue depressors. I don't know if it's because of the thinness of the wood or what, but it seemed to, like I say, cause a warping sensation over time when it was curing. So I went ahead and went to the Woodland Scenics low temp hot glue gun, and that seemed to work a little bit better. Yeah, the 2 things here basically I got from Michaels. It's the Creatology wood craft sticks for the outer perimeter. They're a little bit smaller, narrower, like I said, for the borderline. And then for the actual, I guess they're actually, tongue depressors, but they put another Creatology as far as the jumbo wood craft sticks, and that's what I'm using to use to simulate the flight deck. Initially, when I started this part of the sub-assembly. I tried using my razor knife to score the tongue blades, and it was just kind of taking too long. So what I ended up doing was actually taking a pair of my Kleins and actually snipping them, and that seemed to go a lot quicker, and it actually made a little bevel on it, on the wood itself, which helped put them together when I start gluing them together and squaring them up. So that was one thing that I changed as far as adhering this to the deck. So basically I just kind of went with a block pattern. Once I figure out my pattern, and I start from the back and work my way to the front of the flight deck. And I'm doing it in sections as well, because I found out like I do maybe about 5 rows, and then what I do is I actually weigh it down with some weights and just let it cure overnight to get this nice smooth finish. So that's why I say I'm just taking it step by step, each section at a time, to kind of make it look right. And so that's where we're at this stage of the flight deck, and we'll kind of go from there. Another thing I've been doing since I've never worked with water effects is I've actually kind of made, this is one sample that I made. I had some acrylic paint in the garage, and so I'll just kind of apply different colors. This is actually a turquoise, and this is kind of like a deep, kind of a purplish blue color, and this is basically a sample. And what I'm doing is applying, I'll put this back here so we can lean up here. But what I'm doing is I'm testing out this Liquitex glazing medium first, and I actually brushed it on, and of course, and then let it sit overnight for 24 hours. It's got a nice high glossy look to it, but from what I've been reading on other people's projects on water effects, you have to kind of build this stuff up at a layer at a time to create that wave effect. So like I said, this is just a test pattern, just to kind of see how it would affect the cardboard that I'm using as far as my base material. So like I said, it's experience that I'm going through since I've never done this before. So anyways, this is where I'm at right now. I'm letting my hull that's sitting out in the garage cure too as well. I put a skim coat of some joint compound on that. I'll show you that a little bit later in my other videos. But as far as the flight deck's concerned, this is where we're at right now to simulate the wood planking on the deck. So more to come. See you later.